Hi, this is Elijah, and this is for Module 6. For question 1, you wanted us to think of a time when the structure in our workplace changed and how we felt about that. So for number 1, my job that I have is working as a food prep at a country club, and my normal day tasks include setting up the kitchen before the day starts and making sure that all the chefs are ready for the day. During service hours, I prepare food for the next day, and some of my tasks include like making chips, mozzarella sticks, cooking bacon, cutting onions, and all sorts of vegetables, etc. And then after service, I usually clean up the station. I have to like wipe everything down, and then I also have to sweep and mop and make sure that the whole entire area is clean for the next day. And this is my normal day. I usually work from about 3 to 10:30, sometimes 11, depending how busy it is. And I'm usually one of the last people to leave the restaurant. But even though it's a long time of doing a job, I do enjoy my job because for the most part, I'm alone and no one really tells me what to do. And I work at my own pace, and it's a pretty relaxed job. Now, one day, one of my managers asked me to switch positions for that day, and the reason why he needed me to switch positions is because the job that he needed me to do, they didn't have enough people doing it that day, so they were like low on bussers. And this is background information. My boss, he's a great boss. He's very understanding, reasonable, and he's very good at communicating. And he usually recognizes the good that we do at our job. So I gladly accepted to help him. So what I learned was this job was a lot different because one, I had to wear a uniform and I would interact with customers. And the main job that I had to do was I had to carry this big tray filled with food, and I had to bring it out to the servers, to the waiters, I'm sorry. And this was completely new to me, and I found it very difficult at first because one, I had to talk to people a lot more, and I had to carry out food, which was kind of heavy, but I got used to it later on. This change of scenery made me like very uncomfortable at first, but I learned that being uncomfortable is sometimes good, and it usually helps you grow as a person. And also, I learned that because I learned this new position, it made me a lot more versatile in the restaurant. So they can ask me to basically do any job that they needed. And months later, actually, after helping him all these times, my boss realized how versatile I was, and he actually gave me a raise for doing such a good job. And for question 2, you want us to look at companies and to see if they employ sweatshops and to see if the company was ethical. The 2 companies that I chose were Urban Outfitters and Zara. So first, for Urban Outfitters, it's a clothing brand and its headquarters are in Philly. It was founded in 1970 and it's known for selling lifestyle items and clothing. I often shop at Urban Outfitters to get my clothes, so that's why I chose them. And I found after doing some research that in 2015 they had some trouble. They were caught up in a labor rights scandal, and they were asking their employees to work for free. The second company that I chose was Zara. It's a retail company. It was founded in 1975, and its headquarters are in Arteixo. I don't know how to pronounce it, I'm sorry. And according to the site I looked up, cleanclothes.org, I'll put the link below, that the suppliers of Zara, the people who worked at that factory, they had slave-like conditions, and some of the workers worked from about 16 to 19 hours a day, which is illegal, obviously, in America. And after learning this, it made me think about other stores I shop from and made me think about these big corporations. And I wanted to know if like a lot of stores do this. And I do think buying from these stores is not ethical at all because we're giving these businesses more money and we're helping them grow and keep functioning. And so in conclusion, I don't think buying from these stores are ethical, and I might stop shopping at these stores. And I found it very interesting after reading the 2 articles that you gave us, the Campus Alert sweatshops and the Secret Lies in sweatshops. These articles help me understand what these corporations might be doing every single day that the customers don't even know about. And I realize how a lot of companies aren't ethical at all. And I think instead we should maybe be buying from smaller businesses that are ethical and we know what they're doing, rather than these big corporations that are unethical. Thank you.